guys, welcome back to Master Kogi's Master Builds. Today I'm just talking about why I don't really buy from Harry Potter anymore. If you noticed on my channel logo, I kind of have, like my figure is a combination of Master Wu from Ninjago, but he's got a Spider-Man head and he's holding a lightsaber and a Harry Potter wand. The reason why I picked that was because those are like what I'd call my top 4 themes: Harry Potter, Ninjago, Marvel, and then Star Wars. So this video is just talking about why I don't really buy from Harry Potter anymore, why I'm probably not going to do much content about Harry Potter. And it really all started in 2021. Before that, I was like buying all the sets. I got the Diagon Alley, and I almost wanted to like get that Hedwig set that they made just to have all the sets, because I was like, I was really excited when Harry Potter started up again in 2018, and then it went for a few years, and I was still buying it in 2020, and then in 2021. The start of the year, they released these Harry Potter folding out book sets that I just didn't really enjoy. I didn't like the look of them. I didn't buy any of them because, in my opinion, if you don't vote with your money, Lego is never going to listen. So I didn't buy any of them. And then I started hearing rumors about how they were going to come out with golden figures, and I thought that was really, really cool. And then I just saw the sets and I was just like, no, this isn't as pretty or as beautiful. Just the things I loved about Harry Potter was like the Hogwarts and the buildings and how everything looked really, really good, because it's not the minifigures for me. I wasn't ever a collector of the figures. That wasn't ever my point. I like Harry Potter figures, don't get me wrong, but I think that they're all really, really repetitive anyway. There's just no point in getting involved with the minifigures. So, like, the actual builds and the sets was the reason why I still liked it. So yeah, they had that fluffy encounter, and that just had the worst figures ever. It was just like Harry, Ron, Hermione. Obviously, Golden Hermione was great, but Harry, Ron, and Hermione, who come in like pretty much every single set. I was just getting annoyed by it because you go and you look at themes like Star Wars, for example. Like, every set has different characters. So, like, you're not really getting tons and tons of duplicates, depending on the sets that you get, I'm sure. Like, I know there's like a ton of Luke Skywalker figures and Obi-Wan Kenobi figures and all that. And I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, in every single Harry Potter set, you're getting some variant of Harry, or maybe Ron, or probably Hermione, and it's just like, I'm tired of getting those figures. I wanted to be getting other stuff, and I understand for, like, the content that Harry Potter is based off of, there just isn't the wiggle room for it. There isn't, like, oh, well, there's like hundreds of characters, and like, I understand there isn't. You've got Harry, Ron, and Hermione. They're the main characters. Makes sense. Anyway, so I just didn't like that set. I didn't like that they changed up the system. It was kind of a system that I had personally thought about that maybe they should do. Maybe they should try and make their buildings more compatible, like the 2001 and 2002 buildings. Yeah, so I was very interested in the new system, but I just feel like the execution of it was just not very good. That, like, every single section was 8x8 or 8x16, and it just needed to be a little bit bigger for my liking. If you've been watching things on my channel, you know that I like doing bigger stuff. I like doing stuff that's genuine minifigure scale. And I just don't think that those buildings ever work. So I got like the Chamber of Secrets. I got the I don't know. I got a few others. I got the chest because it was something separate. I liked the figures in it. I actually like that they did like new special versions of Harry, Ron, and Hermione. I actually liked those figures. Um, but yeah, the theme just became unexciting. It became something of like, well, I was so invested in it, and like I had all of this stuff already. And another thing, to be honest, I wasn't even opening all the sets. So like a lot of my Harry Potter sets are still sealed because it wasn't exciting enough to open. It wasn't exciting enough to have out on display. And I just I just feel like that was kind of just how that worked. Is like it wasn't like it wasn't fun enough. It wasn't good enough for me to be spending the same amount of money that I could on really anything else. So then it was like, um, yeah, and then they came out with the Hogwarts Icons Collector's Edition, and it was just like it just looked like a money grab to me, a cash grab, where it was like, well, this set comes with the stand for the golden figures. It has Dumbledore, McGonagall, and Hagrid, which came out of nowhere. I did not expect them to do a Hagrid figure. And then it was really, it just looked like a cash grab. It just looked like what I had wanted, and I think what a lot of other people had wanted was a Gringotts expansion to the Diagon Alley. And now we've actually gotten a Gringotts set, but I'll talk about that in a few minutes. Um, so it was just not what I wanted. It wasn't really the kind of things that I want. And right around that time, I was just starting to watch the MCU for Marvel, and it was like, oh yeah, they actually came out with a couple Marvel sets I actually really enjoyed. I got like the Endgame set, the Endgame battle with Thanos and the van. I also got the Guardian ship, which is one of my favorite Lego sets. I just really liked how that one turned out. That one wasn't minifigure scaled either, but it was a lot closer to minifigure scale. Um, and I didn't buy all the sets. I only bought like one or two. Um, and I had wanted the golden figures. That was like really, really cool. It was a cool collectible that like Harry Potter doesn't usually do that kind of stuff. So I wanted that. And then the next year, January 1st or March or somewhere close to the start of the year, we got two more books and a clock tower. And it was like, well, they already made a clock tower back in 2019. We didn't need a clock tower. They already had a clock tower. Why are we getting another clock tower? And this clock tower didn't even look good because they were trying to do like the hospital wing also, and it folded out and it was weird, and I kind of wanted Madame Pomfrey because I didn't have that character. That was the only time they made her. But just didn't look worth it. It was like $50 for maybe that one figure, and for me, I should be liking these sets that they're actually producing. It shouldn't be just about the figures. I don't understand that mentality where it's like, oh, it's just about the figures. Well, like behind me, I've got the clone sets, which I actually pretty much just started collecting this year. It hasn't been a lifelong thing. I really enjoy those sets. I like all the detail. I just like the uniformity and how the builds, and most of these are older builds, but they're really, really good. They're really, really neat. And the Harry Potter ones they weren't doing it for me. It was just like, this is not good. This is, it's very, very close to just not being worth it, not being worth the money that it takes, because all Lego themes pretty much cost the same amount, which that doesn't really make any sense. Like, it's like all been based off the price for part and like city costs the same as Star Wars. Like that doesn't make sense all by itself. So it's like I could be paying the same for really anything else. And yeah, it wasn't doing it for me. So I didn't buy those, and then they came out with like the Summer Wave, and then they made the Sirius Black's Escape, or like a newer version of that with Pieces of the Courtyard, and I just felt like that was a huge missed opportunity. Like we could have been getting like a D2C sized courtyard to go with the rest of the buildings. Like it would be the full courtyard, it would have like tiles, and it could have looked really, really good. But then we didn't. We got that, and in reality you couldn't even really like buy multiples to make the courtyard. It was just a joke. Really, in reality that was a joke. It was a bad joke. And they had the Shrieking Shack, which I think is a stupid concept anyway. I don't think that was really worth having. It didn't really have the same cool things that the old one did, and it just didn't look very good. Like the Shrieking Shack it's a shack. I mean, why was that being made? And then the Hungry and Horntail, which just looks the worst, because the point of like a black display stand is it's supposed to look like a stand, but that one almost looks like it's been stabbed through its stomach. Like, what's going on here? Why does it look worse than really any other thing? Because Marvel had the Guardian ship that had a black display stand that was Technic. It at least looked like a stand, and it looked really, really good with it. But it just looked like garbage. And they had the number 12 Grimold place, and that was just also bad. It looked so out of place. And I thought that the mechanism looked pretty cool, but yet I didn't buy that because it looked clowny. It looked like, okay, they've got, you've got the two buildings, and then you've got the dark gray building right in the center, and it didn't look good. It didn't look like a good set. It didn't look fun. It didn't look worth having on display. And yeah, so just another wave of bad sets. And then I feel like we got the Hogwarts Express, and that missed so many of the ballpark. Like, I feel like they could have hit it hard, and they could have actually executed that really, really well. But instead, we just got a bigger train. We didn't really get like a good train. It doesn't work on Lego Track. It's bigger than Lego Track, so you're always going to have it on that display stand because there isn't any track to go with it. Like, you can't have it going throughout your Lego layout, which back in the day, I used to set up like my Hogwarts in the center of a train track and have the Hogwarts Express going around it, and that was really, really fun. I used to enjoy doing that. So I just feel like total missed opportunity. And then the station, it just looks so small and lame compared to the train. And then no cars. Like one car. Instead, we could have gotten an actual train the train is decent, it works on Lego Track, and it has like 4 or 5 cars. And that would have been good. Like, it would have been an actual good train, because we never get enough train cars with the Hogwarts Express. So just total missed opportunity. And there were rumors about like, oh, Gringotts is gonna be here now, and it just didn't happen. It just didn't. It missed the mark. They just totally missed the mark. And now this year, it's just gone from bad to worse, because we got 4 more sets that were very much like the books. I thought that they were making 2 more books and that would be it. We were done with those. People, please stop buying these. These are not good. You should not be paying money for these. These are overpriced. They're junk. other themes don't make this level of junk. This is only Harry Potter that's doing this, and it's so weird. I don't understand people who are going to spend money on those when they could be buying better things with their money. So, anyway, so then we got those banners. We got the lake set, which honestly, I just feel like it looks even more corny than the original set because you have a building and you actually have the water level. What? Like, it totally looks off. It looks like a building instead of like, oh yeah, this is a floating building thing on top of the water. It looks like the whole thing is a building. It looks so weird. And then we still got weird sleeping Hermione and Ron. It's not better than the original set. And after so many years since they made that other one, like, why is this happening? And then they made the creepiest Dobby character and the Patronus and another Hogwarts Express. Like you can see where this is going. To be fair, I do like that new it's like the end battle scene of the Deathly Hallows. I think that's a pretty cool set. I might end up picking it up. But yeah, then they've got the Room of Requirement, which doesn't have a glow-in-the-dark ghost. It has a ugly orange basilisk flame spell thing that doesn't look nice. The building itself does not really connect very well, or it doesn't look like it connects very well because I don't have it. I didn't buy it. These sets just look terrible. And then now Harry Potter is going on the list of themes that gets extra gift with purchases. So just recently we had the Dreams gift with purchase, and Harry Potter was one of the qualifying themes. Let me remind you people, Harry Potter costs extra money for LEGO to make because of its licensed. There's no reason why that should be on that list. I mean, come on people. This is not, LEGO is deliberately telling you that this is not worth your money. And I think it's hilarious because I stopped buying the theme. I was like, these aren't worth the money. I'm not going to buy these. I'm going to wait. And I think Harry Potter should probably be going off shelves again. I think what they did with Indiana Jones was, or even with Avatar, was a good idea where they only made a few sets. And it wasn't crazy because Harry Potter, there's only 7 movies. And that might seem like a lot, but Star Wars, there is so much more. Or Marvel, there are so many movies that they can make sets off of. It just doesn't compare. It doesn't compare. There's not the media or the content to support these sets. And that's really what we're facing now. So that's it. I just feel like I like the Gringotts. I think that it's ridiculously funny that they're doing something that LEGO shouldn't ever do. They're putting a one of the actual base plates on top of other pieces to make that set. And I feel like it's overpriced. I remember back in the day when I bought the whole Diagon Alley, like that's 4 buildings and they're all pretty large, for $400. And this is $435, I think, or $430 something. Anyway, it's something expensive. It's not good. And with all the other sets that LEGO is making right now, and with doing like a LEGO Pirates of the Caribbean mock, I don't have the extra money to pay for these sets. And I think that's really just what's going to happen. Harry Potter's not going to do well. We might see the extinction of the theme purely based on terrible ideas. So anyway, yeah, this wasn't like a happy, fun video, but I just wanted to, I'm trying to make some content is really all I'm doing, because I know my channel is pretty empty and I'm just trying to fill up some content essentially. So sorry if you watch the whole video expecting there to be more, but genuinely, my advice is do not be buying Harry Potter right now. unless it's on sale, unless it's really something that you love. I don't think Harry Potter is worth the money. I think that they should get rid of the theme. And anyway, that'll do it for this episode of whatever series this is going to be. Anyway, I might do more videos like this. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.